Welcome to UGC EPG Pathshala. Myself Dr. Abhay Krishna Singh, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Geography, Ranchi College, Ranchi, under Ranchi University, Jharkhand. We will speak on areal differentiation and spatial organization, which is part of the paper Geographical Thought. In this module, following are learned objectives to elaborate the concept of areal differentiation and spatial organization, to discuss argument between regional geography versus systematic geography, idiographic versus nomothetic, deductive versus inductive argument, elaboration of the concept of areal differentiation and spatial organization. Areal differentiation is the study of distribution of phenomena, both human and physical, and how they are causally related to other phenomena in proximity in a geographical region or area expressed in the space. The concept of areal differentiation, which later on translated into regional approach, is considered one among the three significant approaches to understand or study the discipline of human geography. The other two may be considered as spatial analysis, landscape approach. Both the spatial analysis, also known as systematic science approach, and morphology of landscape approach were quite popular and claimed themselves to be the science of the study of geography. An influential modern statement of geography as areal differentiation, drawing from arguments of Hettner in particular, was made in Richard Hartshorne's The Nature of Geography 1939. According to him, the concept of areal differentiation in geography is about showing how unique regions reveal the covariance of phenomena that can only be understood through identifying regions. A central concept of areal differentiation is that the surface of the earth may be divided into regions which may be distinguished and categorized using various spatial criteria. The areal differentiation, which is among the few significant classic approaches to study geography, traces its origin in ancient period in the works of Strabo to Ptolemy. The idea of variable characteristic of the surface of the earth found a more pronounced expression in the works of Bernhard Werenius' substantial work the Geographia Generalis. Werenius is credited with the initiation another debate, dichotomy or controversy in geography related to the approach or methodology of the subject. This debate between regional geography and systematic geography continued for long and found new advocates in Richard Hartshorne and Professor Schaeffer for and against the regional approach, respectively. From Werenius to Richthofen and Hettner, the idea of uniqueness found fresh vent in the concept of chorological science. Hettner, who espoused and advocated the study of geography as a chorological science, found some resistance from his colleague Otto Schlatter. Schlatter, departing from the popular Hettnerian view, claimed that geography should be considered as the science of morphology of the landscape. The concept of landscape graduated from natural landscape concept to the cultural landscape of Karl Saar, who argued that geography should confine all its fields of inquiry to cultural landscape, for it is an encompassing concept. Though the morphology of landscape idea started off as another form of regional study, it gradually drifted toward the systematic science as it argued for the generalized statements having universal applicability and reach, later in its academic persuasion. The chorological outlook of the geography, which transformed into regional approach, found its strongest champion in the writings of Richard Hartshorne. Regional geography in America raised to new heights during the period sandwiched between the First and Second World War. Advent of Richard Hartshorne, 1899 to 1992, who studied under the stalwarts like Hettner and influenced by the Kantian school of thought on the geographical academic horizon, further contributed to the repository of the geography in the form of areal differentiation. His ideas saw the concept of areal differentiation and uniqueness of regions occupied the core or the central position of the inquiry in geography. The term is used and popularized by Richard Hartshorne, who defined geography as a science of study of areal differentiation. He viewed that the geography is concerned with the differences or variation of different areas, regions of the Earth's surface. Richard Hartshorne, in his seminal work, The Nature of Geography 1939, emphasized that the fundamental focus of the geographical inquiry is the study of differential characteristics of the Earth's surface, which he called areal differentiation. According to Hartshorne, the concept of areal differentiation entails three concepts: interrelations of different kinds of phenomena, the variable characteristics of these phenomena, and the complex they form in the different areas of the Earth, and last but not the least, the areal manifestation or expression of the phenomena complexes. Hartshorne is credited with the use, patronage and propagation of the concept of areal differentiation, which appeared in his seminal work, The Nature of Geography. Hartshorne maintained that concept of areal differentiation as mainstay of geographical inquiry holds water with the common knowledge of the fact that things are different in the different parts of the surface of the earth. It is also a common understanding that these variations enjoy causal relationship with each other. Hartshorne's clear emphasis over the distribution of phenomena and underlying causal relationship among them on the face of the earth in a given specific particular space and indifference and apathy towards the phenomena themselves led to ideographic interpretations. Areal differentiation, in other words, is about establishing a degree of sameness, homogeneity, as well as difference between regions. The exponents of the spatial analysis, systematic science, accused him of seeing locations as unique and justifying a traditional regional geography in which areal differentiation dominated geography, at the expense of areal integration. Haggett, 1965. Areal differentiation unfounded reliance on the idiosyncrasies of the regions at the cost of attention or focus extensive geographical form and pattern and process as well as the cause of such spatial distribution made spatial science, systematic science, drag the subject away from the central concern with regions as the spatial clusters of the linked phenomena. One of the challenges before geographer is to figure out the nature and characteristic of the difference spatially spread in the different area of the surface of the earth and how these variations are related. The exercise becomes necessary to understand the character of the different areas of the variable earth. The concept of areal differentiation argues that the surface of the earth can be divided into various regions on the basis of spatial arrangements on the phenomena over a piece of land. Demarcation of a geographical region is on the basis of unifying factor of homogeneity in one or more than one geographical attribute or event or phenomena and which is unique in itself. The division of Earth's surface into regions with an expression of some degree of homogeneity in terms of spatial arrangement of phenomena within the given boundary and which is distinct and unique from other such regions is the central idea of the concept of areal differentiation. Areal differentiation, along with chorology, become the conceptual and theoretical background for regional geography. By conceptualizing space as consisting of identifiable units that may be distinguished from one another on the basis of a set of phenomena or criteria. These two concepts, which are used interchangeably, became synonymous with the regional approach in geography. Regional approach focused on study of regions which is demarcated on the basis of homogeneity of geographical phenomena, spatial concentrated in space, surface of the earth within a given boundary. Spatial organization is study of geography expressed in pattern and process of the phenomena. It is to understand the form or nature and cause of the areal differentiation or variation on the surface of the earth. American Science Congress 1965 defined geography as the study of pattern and process. This definition is an attempt to reinstate the past glory of time and space perspective in the study of subject. The concept of spatial organization talks about the spatial dimensions and manifestation of phenomena. The process is the temporal aspect of the result of certain explicit expression, the face of the earth divided into various units, regions, areas, natural landscape, at times cultural and social landscape on the basis of areal differentiation present a spatial synthesis. Spatial synthesis here concerns the complex whole made up of number of parts unified. The spatial synthesis of a whole comprises various distinct and unique regions and the spatial processes including spatial arrangements, organizations and spatial interaction of the phenomena. The distribution of geographical attributes, interrelationship and interdependence among them and the resultant expression in the space thereof forms a region. The spatial synthesis of a space requires comprehending distinct individual geographical regions which have intra-regional homogeneity and inter-regional heterogeneity in one whole. The idea of the concept of spatial organization emphasizes the distribution and arrangement of phenomena in the space. The two distinct inquiries, why things are arranged in a manner they are and how the arrangement is organized on the pattern of the spatial expression, are two very simple yet challenging posers before the geography. Interestingly, the basic underlying challenge before the geographers had always been to find order in seemingly chaotic and haphazard distribution of phenomena on the surface of the earth. Has the genesis of why certain kind arrangement and how these arrangements of phenomena why is related to process incorporating the time spent or temporal perspective, while the how is the form of the pattern, the physical manifestation of the underlying process. The regions are actually the interplay of these two forces which go hand in hand. Spatial organization or spatial interaction is associated with the extensive geographical pattern and the causes of the such spatial pattern / form of distributions. So the areal differentiation focuses on division of the surface of the earth in the form of regions on the basis of sameness or homogeneity in terms of distribution of phenomena. The concept of spatial organization connects and observes differences of different places in holistic and comprehensive perspective. The concept of areal differentiation interchangeably used with chorology gradually translated into the regional approach in geography, whilst the systematic approach seems to have evolved and graduated from the concept of spatial synthesis in general and particularly from spatial organization / integration, leading to one of the most celebrated debate in geography, systematic geography versus regional geography. Geography as areal differentiation seeks to describe and interpret the variable character of the distinct and unique regions sprinkled on the surface of the earth. Phenomena occur in association on the surface of the earth and exhibit a complex ensemble of interplay of causal relationship among them, making each location / region or specific area on the surface of the earth unique, simultaneously enjoying great deal of sameness or homogeneity within the boundary of the region. The uniqueness is in regard of assemblage of phenomena on individual regions. Regional geography therefore attempts to organize the knowledge of all interrelated forms of areal differentiation in localized individual units of area which it must organize into a system of division and subdivision of the total earth surface. Regional approach is interested in creation of the division of earth's surface into unique areas / regions on the basis of description of the areal distribution of the phenomena with the ensemble of complex interplay of causal relationship among the phenomena spatially located within a boundary of a region. However, paradoxically, within the region, homogeneity and sameness is one or more than one geographical attribute, event or phenomena is central or cardinal theme of the regional geography. Region is indispensable component of the approach, is homogeneous within its boundary, but being unique and distinct differs significantly from others, dissecting the face of earth in various regions. Regionalization or demarcation of region is a dynamic in nature. Any number of regional divisions can be made owing to the need and requirement of the academic inquiry based upon the parameters of the uniqueness, homogeneity and boundary limits, boundary to demarcate one region from another. Regional geography investigates the relationship of phenomena in individual region, but at the same time, the explanatory description of features in the past must be kept subordinate to the primary purpose because that facilitates comprehension of the present. Methods of regional geography do not confine to the study of physical environment and forms only, but incorporates human environment, characteristic of individual regions, which includes the demographic characteristic, occupational structure, socio-economic conditions, and also cultural and political behavior. To understand the interrelationship of phenomena of a region, the element of physical and human environments, including socio-economic and cultural shades, along with economic activities and occupational structure are identified. The spatial analysis and the synthesis of all recognized interrelationship of the phenomena help portray the unique picture of the region under consideration. Sometimes the stress is laid over the stability and instability of the regional structure over time to assess that those being described, the spatial distribution and the underlying causal relationship of the phenomena are static or dynamic in nature. The regional geography is not compatible for the formulation of general laws and universal theories, for it deals with description and elaboration of complex organizations in unique regions. Moreover, nature of geography makes it field science where it is impossible to have only dependent and independent variables without the interference of external variable affecting the outcome. In other words, controlled experimental situation in geography is not possible, hence formulation general laws is not possible. According to this approach, regional approach in lieu of scientific laws, seeks to describe assemblage of phenomena with precision based on empirical and objective observation, categorizes the phenomena into generic concepts, interpretations of phenomena and their spatial pattern in a region on the basis of spatial and spatial synthesis, arrange these findings in orderly manner. Regional analysis encourages the study of all phenomena and their spatial arrangements in an orderly manner, concentrated in one particular place or individual unit region of a given area. Regional approach divides the world in distinct regions which are unique on the basis of arrangements of phenomena and the manifestation of the complex as a result of interplay of causal relationship among the phenomena. Regionalization is done keeping in mind the academic and intellectual requirement and then thoroughly studying each and every aspect of a particular region is the cardinal method in regional geography. In other words, regional geography attempts to study all about one and is diagrammatically opposite to systematic approach, which is for one about all. Systematic geography, on the other hand, is organized in terms of particular phenomena of general geography significance, each of which is studied in terms of relationship of its areal differentiation with the other. Systematic geography is similar to systematic sciences, for it also explains the description and generalization. Systematic geography endeavored to formulate laws on the basis of empirical observation. Such generalization or laws formulated are sought to have universal applicability in terms of significance to areal differentiation. In systematic geography, each particular element or element complex that is geographically significant is studied in terms of its relationship to the total differentiation of areas, as it varies from place to place over the world or any part of it. Systematic geography is concerned with the study of one or few aspects of human or physical environment and analyzes their varying performance over space, cutting across the regions. Systematic geography, therefore, is concerned with one about all. Simply putting, a phenomenon or group of phenomena is studied over the whole world or a predefined geographical stretch, notwithstanding the individual unit or region. In other words, spatial organization over the space connected via the phenomena being studied is the central idea of the systematic geography. Systematic approach as a spatial analysis grew in stature, a fierce opponent of areal differentiation or regional geography. The basic conceptual difference regarding the way the geography as a subject needs to be studied. Regional approach, riding high on the waves of chorology and areal differentiation, focused on the study of Earth variations at different places in terms of regions, whereas systematic approach advocated for more holistic, all-encompassing spatial organization approach, which subsumed in itself not only the spatial interaction and integration but also the areal differentiation in its fold. Geography is concerned as a science by systematic geography, and therefore propagators of this approach advocated for formulation of universal laws for geography in line with the other sciences. Laws and universal applicable generalization provided credibility, and if geography needs to come out of subjective and empiricist fold, it has to frame laws to make the discipline more objective and scientific. It is in this backdrop Professor Schaeffer vehemently argued for formulation of laws in geography. According to him, it is the spatial arrangements of phenomena or features and not the phenomena themselves about which geographers should make law-like statements. Hence, geography has to be conceived as the science concerned with the formulation of laws governing the spatial distribution of certain features on the Earth's surface. Systematic approach also attempts to frame set of hypotheses, those whose confirmation give them empirical validity. Systematic geography staunchly believed in nomothetic approach, whereas regional geography argued in favor of idiographic approach. The nomothetic is concerned with the universal and general. Nomothetic approach states that geography should focus itself to the formulation of scientific laws and should not confine only to the mere application of such laws. On the other hand, to the contrary, to the nomothetic, idiographic approach is concerned with the unique and particular. Both the approaches came into prominence after the Hartshorne-Schaeffer debate over exceptionalism. When traditional geography was represented as essentially idiographic and incapable of contributing towards effective generalization. Both these approaches remain relevant with the changing paradigm in geography. The gradual focus shifting towards spatial analysis rather than on clinging to the uniqueness saw a revival of fresh urge to look for generalization and formulation of laws like statements. David Harvey, one of the most celebrated social critic and prolific writer leading the galaxy of geographers in the modern period, re-emphasized the importance of nomothetic approach by saying, "By our theories you shall know us." Throughout the sojourn of the discipline, from the middle of the 20th century, Hartshorne debate over exceptionalism, there have been sporadic and individual efforts to make generalization and formulate scientific laws in geography. Such efforts are also met with equal strong voice claiming that taking off the uniqueness from geographical inquiry shouldn't be the objective of the science. Geographers like Goelka believe that human geography do not need their own models and theories, whereas Haggett and Ullmann, not radically departing from the original concern and definition of geography given by Hartshorne, are best known for postulating models and theories to address the locational studies in geography. The regional geography claimed that science, it is a study of areal distribution of phenomena focused on uniqueness of the regions, cannot have general and universal laws, for it is incapable to study causal relationship in the form of dependent and independent variable without ruling out the interference of external variable, found compatible with the idiographic approach. However, like nomothetic or the law-making approach found suitability in the systematic sciences which strive towards the formulation of generalized and universal laws to make their discipline more objective and scientific. The regional approach subsumed in itself the inductive logic, whereas systematic approach co-opted deductive logic as a potent method and tool to collect information/data. Karl later adopted the deductive logic as methodology in his regional approach, while Humboldt, a widely considered a systematic geographer, adopted inductive logic as his methodology for information collection. Inductive logic extends from individual to general, while deductive from general to individual. In other words, inductive logic, a general statement or law-like statement is made on the basis of the studies of the individual units/cases. These generalized statements become the precursor for formulation of theories, general laws and model thereof in the social sciences. However, deductive logic speaks of deducting inferences from general statements, theories or universal laws and applying them on the individual units. These two maneuvering of intellectual exercise to study, interpret and analyze the areal differences, regional geography and spatial organization, inseparable component of spatial synthesis and analysis, played significant role in methodology/approach related dichotomy in geography. He further elaborated in his rebuttal through the monograph, The Perspective on the Nature of Geography, which he intended to be studied as the extension of his earlier work, The Nature of Geography, that by the sheer nature of subject matter, geography must confine to the description and explanation separated individual cases or regions. Now we come to the next section, Richard Hartshorne-Schaeffer debate. An economist turned geographer at Iowa University, Professor Schaeffer wrote a paper entitled Exceptionalism in Geography, which was published posthumously in 1953. The paper was largely seen as a strong opposition of regional approach doing rounds in the contemporary geography. It soon became a rallying point for a young lot of geographers who were feeling caged in the stagnant, myopic and sterile academic atmosphere of regional chorological paradigm. The publication of the paper was like a breath of fresh air. Schaeffer strongly criticized the exceptionalist claim for regional geography, which debilitated geography against making scientific laws. He advocated for adoption of philosophy and methodology of scientific positivism. He completely rejected the contention that geography is incapable of formulating laws and generalized statements owing to its intrinsic nature of uniqueness of the regions. The chorological paradigm championed by Hartshorne maintained that geography is a unique field science having a complex interplay of many variables which cannot be controlled as necessary for performing experiments in laboratory science, and therefore controlled experiments to study the outcome cannot be undertaken in geography, rendering the discipline incompatible with the formulating generalized and universal laws as required in the systematic sciences. Demolishing this mental construct, Schaeffer argued that most sciences, including physics and economics, deal with unique phenomena, and geography could claim no special status on that account. All sciences study unique events which they seek to explain in terms of general laws, and geography should be no exception. He strongly pleaded in his paper in favor of formulating laws pertaining to the spatial distribution of phenomena or arrangements and pattern of distribution on the surface of the earth and not the phenomena themselves. The spatial arrangements of the phenomena, he reminded, is the special concern of geography as a science, not the phenomena themselves. According to Schaeffer, geography is a science of spatial distribution and elaborated on the difference between nature of laws developed in geography in comparison to the laws of the other social sciences. He claimed that the geographical laws are pattern or form laws, whereas the laws of the other social sciences are process laws. He emphasized the need for opening up more channels of communication between geography and other social sciences for interaction, so that understanding the assemblage of phenomena on the surface of the earth in a specific area could be better understood with the help of process laws governing their functions. In a sense, Professor Schaeffer, like Ackermann, was also an advocate of interdisciplinary approach in study of social sciences. The rebuttal from Richard Hartshorne came in form of letter to the editor of the Annals, where Schaeffer's paper was originally published, a journal published by the American Association of Geographers in 1954, followed by two full-length papers by Hartshorne. He published monograph entitled Perspective on Natures of Geography 1959. Hartshorne provided point-by-point rebuttal of Schaeffer's observation. Hartshorne, in his own words, geography is basically a regional study dealing with the unique combination, interrelations of characteristics in a specific area of the Earth's surface. It is largely descriptive. No universal law needs to be evolved other than the general law of geography that all areas are unique. He stuck to his original concept of geography as a science of study of areal differentiation and reasserted that geography is a discipline that seeks to describe and interpret the variable character of the Earth's surface as the world of a man. He firmly believed that even though time was important in study of geography, the main thrust or concern was to describe the variable character or areas as formed by existing features in interrelationship with that functional causal relationship between phenomena of diverse origin existing together in particular places at the present time. Hartshorne also clarified his position on the need to formulate the scientific laws to explain individual cases. The primary objective of the science is to understand the reality. Formulating scientific laws as a method is important and somewhat essential to serve the purpose of unearthing the truth. He, however, was stern in maintaining that those who believe that formulating scientific laws is the only objective of science are actually thoroughly confusing the means with the ends. The outcome of the Hartshorne-Schaeffer debate was a clear shift of academic inquiry towards systematic geography from the regional geography in America post-1950. There was an increasing realization and awareness that geography too should develop and formulate laws, models to accomplish this purpose. It needs to adopt nomothetic perspective in order to seek general in the particular inductive argument. This also precipitated a shift from areal differentiation to a spatial integration, creating a spatial pattern in the movement and circulation in form of a spatial interaction. Geography as a spatial science offered to explain them with the help of formulation of laws or morphological laws underlying such pattern. Now we reach to the conclusion part. Hartshorne's perspective of areal differentiation and spatial analysis, which include spatial organization, ironically defined the ways of spatial viewing and not that which is viewed. Both approaches focused on the spatial distribution of the phenomena and the manifestation of the complex as a result of the interplay of causal relationship among the phenomena. The chorological paradigm given fresh vent in the ideas of areal differentiation as popularized by Richard Hartshorne talks of dividing the face of the earth into homogeneous and unique regions, whereas the spatial organization as an essential aspect of spatial synthesis encompasses spatial integration and interaction. The focus of systematic approach as a systematic science traces its genesis in the early ideas of spatial organization and integration. The concept of a spatial organization seeks to establish a common theme cutting across the regional differences in the different places of the surface of the earth. This approach of study of discipline does not create division owing to areal differentiation into homogeneous units. On the contrary, it looks for the holistic arrangements of assemblage of phenomena in the space, and in a sense connects various heterogeneous units which have internal homogeneity or sameness within a given boundary of the region. To study the spatial organization of the phenomena, geography sought to frame generalized laws through nomethetic or law formulating approach. The chorological science approach translated into regional geography, while a spatial science approach through the methods of systematic science prelude the initiation of systematic approach in geography. Taking into consideration the views put forward by other proponents of regional approach, the uniqueness and impossibility of generalization becomes more prominent. Interestingly, as Hartshorne puts forward, in systematic geography, each particular element or element complex that is geographically significant is studied in terms of its relation to the total differentiation of the area. Whereas in regional geography, all knowledge of interrelations of all features at given places obtained in part from different systems of systematic geography is integrated in terms of interrelationships which these features have to each other to provide the total geography of those places. Systematic and regional approaches, seemingly at crossroads and in contrast to each other, share a lot of similarities and adhere to broader perspective of the distribution of phenomena on the surface of the earth. Geography as a science needs both approaches of study of the subject in order to understand phenomena and through their areal expression and distribution, the underlying logic, which is systematic approach or the process law. Systematic geography is essential to understand the areal differentiations in each kind of phenomena and the reasons, principles and the process behind the complex of relationship among themselves. In order to view and understand the geographical personality of an area in comparison to the others, it is necessary to investigate the totality of related features of the different regions or units, which becomes the central theme of regional approach in geography. The two approaches are not only related but conceptually entwined with each other. One exists because of the other, and one cannot be viewed in isolation as systematic geography strives for formulating laws and generalization, while regional geography concerned with the uniqueness, the generalization is applied in the unique regions to have better understanding of the comprehensive whole. Thank you.